Welcome back, everyone, and thanks for dropping back in. Alpha 19 is just around the corner, and TFP are doing dev streams on Twitch with tons of content and information. These are 2 to 3 hour long streams, and I'm here to cover that so that you don't have to watch it. So, a quick disclaimer. 7 Days to Die is in alpha, and any of this is subject to change. Never take plans for results. Also, it should be obvious, but duh, spoiler alerts for A19. Also, because these are 2+ hour streams, I'm going to hit the major highlights, not cover every single question or point. So make sure and watch the full stream on Twitch, on the VOD, or YouTube. Once they upload it, if you want to know all the juicy details, that information is down in the description. You'll find links to the actual TFP videos. And before we get started, remember that I am streaming survival gaming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on Twitch. Plus, I put out regular PC-focused gaming content, so subscribe, stop by, throw rocks at me from afar. Whatever happens to feel good for you. Oh, and for those that have been following the stream, hashtag knuckle rub. So, Dev Stream 3 included 6 of the team again, and was again hosted by Latham and Rick and focused on environmental art and a ton of Q&A. This means this video will be a little shorter than the last highlight video, but make no mistake, short or not, there's an absolute ton of new content here. Many props to TFP. The A19 release is their biggest one yet, and really it makes the last few versions look more like patches than anything else. A19 is just huge. That said, we got a lot to cover, so let's jump right on in. So, to start off the video, there were some hints that if everything goes well, Streamer Weekend will be the 26th, with Experimental dropping the Monday right after that, which is the 29th. Obviously, again, we're talking about alpha stuff here, so grain of salt, but this got bannered around a good bit in the stream chat, so I'm going to go on and throw it out there and make my prediction. Dev Stream 3 focused entirely on environmental models, lighting, and other graphical updates. There was no gameplay this stream, but TFP is trying to save that for Friday night, when Madmole will be providing nearly an entire stream of A19 gameplay. So check back Saturday, and I'll have a highlight video up for that stream. And Monday the 22nd will be Dev Stream number 4. So 622 is Dev Stream number 4, gameplay with Madmole, and then 624 is the programming team with the effects artist, random generation, AI changes, and more. So make sure and check in Tuesday to see all of that when I'll cover that. Some of the big points in the environmental stream were all textures have been converted from gamma to linear lighting. Lighting sliders have been changed in the options. All textures in the game have been updated. There's over 130 new blocks. There are new POIs, new clutter, and 3 biomes have been redone. So first, let's take a look at some of the NPC redesigns. The NPCs have been redone with Trader Joel and Trader Jen up first. Great looking models, plenty of detail, and the texture redesigns have really brought some life into them in-game. We also get our first look at Noah, one of the 2 in-game characters who looks like a Game of Thrones character. And man, can we get that coat in merch? I would totally wear that on stream. Next up is general environmental work. This includes scene compositing, color grading, and also conversion of all the old textures from a gamma color space to a linear lighting space. You can see the difference in this comparison shot and in some of the screenshots that follow. That washed out look is finally gone. Color grading is tons better, and the skybox is absolutely beautiful. And I just can't wait for A19. With the move to linear lighting, we've also gotten a new brightness slider in the video options. Now, they didn't show that, but they talked about it. It will actually change the lighting and not just add a ton of gamma. This is an important change and promises to improve lighting for content creators and streamers. TFP even specifically mentioned that this was not only for players, but was for content creators, since, as you know, jacking up the gamma just makes the game look pretty horrid in past versions. So I'm more than excited to see this new change. And although performance wasn't specifically worked on in this release, the new models take less draw calls, even though they look better, So performance will improve overall just from redoing the models. My assumption here is that we won't get any large optimizations on performance until we're probably closer to gold. I mean, what sense does it make to optimize when you're not through adding stuff yet? With every single block being touched, we're also seeing improvements in items like trees and more mundane items like clutter. Regular trees have been improved, as have the trees in the snow biome. Many decoration clutter objects and groups of objects have been created, and they spice up the environment nicely. Shoes, clothes, new shelves with clutter, and more. All beautifully rendered in the new linear lighting system. And we're not just seeing old objects redone, there are over 130 new blocks that have been added to the game. This has also brought us a number of new POIs, which I'll cover in a moment. The gritty, grungy textures bring a definite Fallout vibe to the game, but it keeps that same apocalyptic feel of 7 Days to Die and their art style without relying on too many tropes or straight copies from other games in the genre. Many objects have multiple versions of the item so that every single store isn't just a copy of the same. Variety is the spice of life, guys. Mundane items have also gotten love, and we can see sinks, urinals, and other decorative items. My hope here is that all of the clutter becomes craftable or placeable so that all of us decoration geeks can get our design on. I remember spending hours in Fallout 4 creating buildings, placing items, and basically nerding out, and I will gladly bring that with me to 7 Days to Die. Much of the items have TFP's unique tongue-in-cheek humor, as you can see by the movie posters, wanted posters, books, and more. Feel free to pause the video and take in all the cheesy, detailed goodness of this stuff. Go ahead, I won't be mad. One of the more awesome bits of news in environmental is the reveal that there will be a number of new POIs to go along with A19. The environmental artists have been playing with all the new updated blocks and lighting, and we've got a small bonus package of POIs coming. Although we didn't get a full list, I do have some. We've got the Mo Power electric store. We've got a new clothing store with mannequins in it. There are 2 electronic stores, 2 new clothing stores, 2 hardware stores, some pharmacies, and also 2 new bookstores. So yeah, new POIs, guys, to loot. We also got to see the new turret, which I have affectionately named my kneecapper. This is a melee turret that you place down and then it melee attacks zombies when they get in range. Pretty simple. Can't use them to break down doors, wah wah, but I can't wait to see the zombies ragdolling when this thing breaks their knees. Would like to see knockback that increases as this goes up in level. In a hallway or something similar narrow, this thing will probably be an absolute beast. Speaking of ragdolling, another very exciting update is that animations have gotten changed for both player characters and zombies. The animators during the Q&A were writing furiously also, taking suggestions for items like eating animations, being able to see your clothes and gloves in first person, and more. Don't know how much of it will make it in there, but they were excited about it, and it's really great to see TFP taking suggestions like this live from the community. This is the way game development should work. All you other developers, take note. Zombies have gotten new animations including stumbling, crouching, and more. Before, zombies would simply fall from the ceiling or a height all stiff-limbed and then hit the ground and then just kind of walk towards you. Now, there are variable animations where zombies can stumble, drop and crouch, sprint at you, walk slowly, and other variations. This will create a huge change and is one of the items I'm really excited about. Variety in these will require some strategy changes when exploring POIs, and I really feel like A19 is going to feel like a new game. Also, since we know that there are going to be some AI changes because they specifically noted that Monday will cover them, we're going to see gameplay change. I don't know what kind of AI changes we're going to see, but there are AI changes, so tune back in Tuesday when I do the recap of that. Player characters have also gotten some animation changes. They used to be very stiff. They used to be very non-realistic. You just kind of ran and your upper body just kind of stayed the same. They have changed the animations on that, made it look more natural, especially in third person. They're working on climbing animations, just all kinds of stuff. I am just really, really excited about this stuff. So thank you guys for tuning in. You know how it works. If you'd like to get more content like this, just hit that big red subscribe button. Hitting the like button would also be appreciated. And I will see you guys on the other side.